Hi everybody, welcome to this general playthrough for the Pro and Expert Division Southern Pines Invitational Tournament here on the BK Golf Clash YouTube channel. Please hit thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed as well. Timestamps for all 9 holes of Southern Pines, original pin locations in the description down below. Bear in mind there will be some shots from old replays here from previous tournaments before the ball stat attributes got doubled. Please check out the other content on the channel and remember to tweak according to the wind directions you face in the tournament, as well as your club's balls and skill level. Here we go. Kind of an in-between wind angle here. I do recommend going with a berserker. It's not quite send it wind, but we still can play down the right-hand side if you want to be very aggressive. I did try Titan, I just made it over, but if you had less tailwind angle, it might be a bit touch and go, so I will advise you to use a berserker here, if you can. 6 top spin, 1 bar side spin to the right, aim as shown. The ball guide will be aiming towards the rough on the right, but the wind push is going to send us left, so don't worry about that. Max plus 10, power 5 settings here, and then we are going to push back up to max. May give you a 5-yard push-up or a 10-yard push-up, something like that, depending how much tailwind you have. Outer wall, left curl, minor great left here, still going to be fine, as is a minor great right. You can see there we've got loads of room, clearing the rough and in between the 2 bunkers. And we just want to try and get down as far as we can here. If you have more topspin available, absolutely go with that. 430 yards, and it's going to be a tricky second shot. I have had to go with the Goliath rough bump, but max topspin still didn't reach the hole and was aiming perilously close to the rough. So what I do here, there's a plus yardage there shown if you do want to make use of that. But I'm kind of playing this one an estimate of true club distance, setting up with a white ring touching the bunker as a reference, not essential though, and then applying backspin and a little bit of side spin to the right, getting the ball guide pointing at the pin, but stopping short because we do have an element of tailwind. In the video here I play this one 35% slider, 20% elevation is going to be 2 pulls on the rings here with the Grizzly. We do come in close here, we don't drop it. This is a tricky one here, so it's up to you really how you want to approach this hole. Here is a very close attempt though, just burning right edge on that one. There are 2 ways you can play this par 3. I'm going to show you a general approach on the left hand side. The best chance though is by playing the rough bump, and again for the rough bump I prefer crosswind angles, although you can dial it in any angle at all. If you don't fancy the rough bump though, then bounce up instead, and again use the slope to try and get your hole in 1. In this example here I'm going with 0.2 bars of backspin. However, I did need a little click or 2 of side spin to help this one find the line into the hole. Blue ring touching the rough at the top of plus 4 with the sniper at level 10. You can try NMT here as well with the sniper, using different spin set, but gives you an idea of the best way you might want to approach this hole if you don't want to do the rough bump. Max plus 10, catching the slope. You see the ball will turn around nicely. Just needed a couple of clicks of right spin to get that one to drop for the hole in 1 on this par 3. There is some tailwind, but it's not really that much that we could have had on this hole. Before spin, stretch out to P5, max extension, ball guide pointing at the edge of the rough. Then I'm going 5.8 top spin and 2 right spin. Max plus 20 is the adjustment here. Now once I've done my adjustment, we are going to need to push up because otherwise you will be short on the second shot. So with APOC 5 and above, we're going to push up 16 yards. With APOC 4, you would push up 23 yards. It is going to mean you are most likely at max club with APOC 4 though, unfortunately, but you still got a chance at the safe eagle. Full overpower, 2 balls of curl to the right. Try and hit perfect. You've got a great left and a great right because this fairway is very, very wide indeed. So full blast down the fairway. You want to be around 460 yards. If you are unlucky with your wind angle or you hit a great ball, you might get a few yards shorter, but you will still be able to secure your eagle. Second shot, 2.5 backspin, 1 right spin. And then I'm finding a point here where the second bounce, just before it gets clipped by the bunker, you can see there's a point there where it kind of kicks to the left. I want to be at the right of that second bounce, 1 green square to the right of the pin. Like I said, make sure it's not being clipped by the sand. Then here I'm playing a true club distance, so I'm almost at max here. So I'm playing this one, I believe, 96 or 98% slider, 20% elevation, power 5 numbers. If you are short on the drive, you would need to stretch out to find your position. Look at how many rings you are stretching out and make sure you push up that amount of rings after you adjust so that you don't fall short. But there we hold very nicely. On this par 4, if you've got tailwind, you can put a berserker on and blast it down the left-hand side, but you need a strong tailwind. So general conditions here, you're going to be playing with a power 6 ball, either a Titan or a Kingmaker. 5.8 or 6 top spin, 2 bars right spin, and aim in the middle of the fairway between the rough and the left edge of the bunker. You don't have to have APOC 6 here, you could do this with extra mile level 8 as well, or APOC 4. You will be at a different start point with those clubs. So max plus 10, half a ball of curl to the right, and we're going with either circle drop overpower or just before circle drop overpower. Either for consistency, it all depends how much wind push you're going to get and where you want to be. You don't want to be in between clubs though, which we're fine with here. So I'm playing with sniper, more tailwind, you could actually push this into long iron range and be near a max distance of long iron. But with a wood club, we are near a min, so I'm playing true club distance, 0 elevation. I actually count up rings from min. We are 10 rings up from min here, just gives you a thing to work from your drive distance. I'm then adding spin to get the ball guide slightly through the hole. You can see I'm boxing in the red ring with the rough and bunker lines there, giving myself a great ball on either side. Perfectly great safe here. The only problem is I didn't have enough of the ball guide through the hole with this headwind angle. The line is really good, but as a general elevation, 0% true club distance. In example here, 25 on the slider. This par 3 presents a really good hole-in-one opportunity playing a rough bump with our quarterback. Here in this wind angle, I'm going with half a bar of backspin and 0.8 bars side spin to the left, and with the spin added we then find the position, and you can see there is a little funnel, little sticky spot there where the ball guide doesn't really move around much. We want to send the ball up the back of the green, down the slope and into the hole. I like more crosswind angles for this rough bump, and depending on the wind strength you may need to use a different power balls. You may in tailwind hit the min line with the quarterback, depending what power ball you're using. The adjustment here though is minimum distance minus 5% elevation. Centering the ball and hitting perfect, and the idea here with this hole is you catch the rough nicely, and as I said, go up to the back of the green, and then you can see it funnels down nicely, and in this example here just falls in beautifully for a hole-in-one on this par 3. On this par 5 of Southern Pines, I almost always play a max overpower slice shot. I'm using a fixed aim point here, and this will vary depending on the wind angle that you have. So if you are going to play the slice, you really need to take a token or two and dial it in. Going with 5.8 top spin and 3 right spin, aiming at that tree on the left. I'm not going to adjust at all here. Like I said, it's a fixed aim shot, and we're going with a full slice, full curl, but not full overpower. In the end, I only go with 3 rings because I don't want to land too long. Full slice release, and you can see there that it bounces in the middle of the fairway and rolls down the next fairway. Now this is the route you want to go if you want to attack for the albatross. You can play with less topspin and go between the trees with the sniper, but if you've got the wind angle for it, then the thorn is my preferred play. I'm finding the max line here, doing a reference check as this was from a tournament, and finding min line as well. As a more general suggestion, I would say you play this one true club distance with 20% elevation. So I would have played this somewhere between min and medium distance. Now if you don't fancy the slice, play straight down the fairway on the left hand side. Try and get as close there to the end of the fairway as possible without risking the rough or the sand, and then use the big dog and play with right spin and right curl to swing the ball and control it onto the green. That would be an eagle play only, so it's up to you whether you want to take the time and dial in a slice. If not, you play out to the left hand side for your eagle on this par 5. The general play on this par 4 is going to be on the left hand side, and we're going to need a driver with distance and topspin. Extra mile 8 plus, a POC 4 plus are all fine. Thor's Hammer also good as well. 5.8 topspin or 6 if you have it, and 2 right spin. Keeping it cheap with a Titan. You can play with a Katana or a Kingmaker as well. With a POC 5 and 6, red ring touching the rough on the right at the top of +6. Adjustment here in pretty much all wind angles is going to be max +10. If you have direct tailwind though, I would probably play that one max +20 just to give yourself some extra room rather than risk landing in the rough or the sand directly. A little bit of curl to the right to counter the wind push there and to swing us round on this dog leg shaped fairway. Drive distance is going to be around 365. Second shot, you need a long iron with enough backspin, and we want to find the funnel here. I'm playing with just over 5 backspin and 1 bar side spin to the right. If you push your drive really hard and play with more curl, then you will be able to do this shot with Thorn. You've got good ball guide and plenty of backspin. I'm estimating this to be around 20% club distance from min up to max, so I'm playing this 20% on the slider with 5% elevation. Tip of the ball guide, leaving that low of the hole, because the tailwind is going to push. Obviously, if you're playing this in headwind, you'd want to have that ball guide situated slightly high of the top edge of the cup. We're getting the camera angle here, which is really nice, and it's going to tell us it's going to be very close or in. On this occasion, we are in for a beautiful eagle with that funnel on the green on this par 4. I'm going to show you the max backspin approach on this difficult par 3 with the Thor's Hammer. Max backspin, 2 right spin. You can play with the Rocket level 10 as well, but you will be nearer to max club, even with a Kingmaker. So in headwind, I would prefer you to play this with the Thor's Hammer. Just check you've got enough backspin available. Offsetting the ball guide deliberately left of pin because the wind is going to push us into the right. And I adjust this max +0. A lot of the time here, especially, well actually always with headwind, you may well need some clicks of overpower. And in the video here, you can see I'm using just before circle drop overpower. The other alternatives you can check out are a bounce over with your wood club, but it's a very, very difficult hole to drop the hole in one, playing either the backspin here or with the bounce over. Very, very tough hole indeed. If you are enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to help out and keep everything free, then please consider making a small donation. All donations are gratefully received and help me out here on the channel, as all of the content here is produced for free in my own spare time. You can do that in one of 3 ways. You can hit the thanks button here on YouTube, you can make a PayPal donation via the link in the description down below, or you can also join us over on Patreon. Details at the end of the video. A long par 5 here from Southern Pines. We're going with the extra mile level 9 or APOC 7 plus or Thor's Hammer. Anything which gives you loads of power and loads of topspin. As we have some tailwind here, I don't want to risk landing in the rough directly, so I back up to the top of +24 yards. Max topspin, 2 bars side spin to the right. I'm using a berserker. You don't have to, but it does help to have a power 10 ball on this very long hole. You could play with a Titan, but you would then need to push back up to max after adjusting max +10, and you would need to go with full overpower. It's going to be a shaky needle. So it's all about tweaking according to what clubs and balls you have and how confident you are of hitting perfect. Full overpower, slow needle with a power 5 ball. I bounce about a ring and a half away from the rough, which is fine, and the topspin takes us down really nicely to around 450 yards. Now, I could probably have got away with the sniper here, but just to be on the safe side, I would recommend you use the big dog or the Cataclysm. This is primarily get to green safely for eagle. 1 bar of topspin, 2 left spin, and setting up at max distance, max rest with the cat or the big dog, of course. Give yourself room with that second bounce away from the rough in case you hit a great left. We adjust max +5, and I'm going to use some left curl to bring us closer to the pin. If you want to go for the albatross, you put a load of topspin on and go for a second bounce in the rough and then roll out. Or if you push the drive even harder, you might be able to play a rough bump directly. First bounce in the rough and roll out. But you're not going to see many albatrosses on this hole. Primarily, you need to secure your eagle, which we have done in the example here. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.